Hi, I'm Rebecca from engVid. In this lesson, you will learn how to pronounce 7 important words, and they are the days of the week. Now you're asking me, Rebecca, why is that so important? Well, think about it. We say the days of the week pretty often during the week, right? We say them when someone asks us a question. We say them when we're talking about our plans or our family's plans or our business plans. So we use these words a lot. And so you want to make sure that these very common words you are pronouncing correctly. All right? Because of course you can improve your pronunciation in so many different ways. But one easy way and one easy trick is to pronounce the words, learn to pronounce correctly the words that are very common. And these are 7 of those words. Okay? So let's get started. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to say them. I just want you to listen. You don't even have to read them. It doesn't necessarily help you to actually read them. Just close your eyes if you like and listen. Then I will say them again and you'll repeat, and then we'll go on and use them in sentences where you want to make sure that you keep the correct pronunciation. Okay? So let's get started. First, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? All right? Now, you probably already know whether you're saying them like that or not, but let's find out and let's practice now saying them correctly. Doesn't matter whatever you were saying till now, you can get it right. You can always improve any day, any time. And this is one of those times. Okay? Here we go. The first one, Monday. Say it after me. Monday. Next, Tuesday. Tuesday. Good. Wednesday. Wednesday. Good. Remember, don't worry what it looks like. You can just close your eyes if you want even and just repeat. Thursday. Thursday. Good. Friday. Friday. Next, Saturday. Saturday. Good. And the last one, Sunday. Sunday. Now, did you realize anything while we were saying these? Okay, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. It's okay. Let me tell you what the point is. Actually, when we're saying all of these words, okay, all these days of the week, where are we putting the stress? Listen, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Where am I putting the stress? Is the stress in the beginning or is the stress at the end? Monday, Tuesday. Okay, I'm giving you a hint here. Okay, so the stress in all of these words is actually at the beginning, in the first syllable. So it's like here, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now, I want to draw attention to certain days of the week which are a little bit more problematic than others. So here, it sounds like it's got a lot of syllables, but actually, when we say it, it doesn't. Wednesday. How many syllables did you hear? Wednesday. 2. Okay? It only has 2 syllables. Many people say it wrong. I'm not going to say it wrong for you. I'm just going to say it right. So just say it after me. Wednesday. Okay? The other ones, not as problematic because they're more or less, we do say what we see, but not in that case. Okay? So be careful of that one. Now, another thing I just want to point out, even though this is really a pronunciation lesson, but it's an English lesson. So the other point is that in some languages, like Spanish, you don't write these words with a capital letter. But in English, you do. Okay? So that's another little trick that you've just learned, that whenever you write these words, whether you write it by itself or you write it in the middle of a sentence or a question, always capitalize the name of the days of the week. All right? Okay. So now let's practice using these words in sentences. Because as I said, sometimes you can say them correctly by themselves, but when you're actually just speaking, some other things happen. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen to you and that you keep saying and pronouncing these words correctly. Okay? Now, there are many ways that you can practice this. We're going to do the first one, but what you can do at home is that you can listen to it again, repeat it again, come back in the course of this week. Okay? Come back during the week and try it again. Make sure you're still pronouncing it correctly and use your phone, right? Record yourself. Record that part of my lesson and practice it during the week. Just a little bit, a few minutes every day, and you've got it. Okay? And then record yourself repeating it and see whether my pronunciation and your pronunciation are more or less the same. Okay? All right. So now let's go and say the sentences. All right. So let's start with the first one. I'm going to say it, and then you can repeat it after me. 1. See you on Monday. Good. 2. The meeting is on Tuesday. 3. I'm leaving on Wednesday. Good. Number 4, a question now. Should I call on Thursday? Nice. You see that the rhythm of a question, of a sentence, a little bit different, right? And even when we're saying these words, when it's part of something, we say it a little bit differently. On Monday, on Tuesday, right? It combines, it joins together a little bit. So we have to remember to keep that pronunciation even when we're using it in the middle of other words. Number 5. Let's go out on Friday. Good. 6. I can't wait till Saturday. Good. And 7. Is the game on Sunday? Okay. All right. So what you might have noticed also, along with the pronunciation, which is so important and what we're focusing on here, is that most of the time we use the preposition on, right? On Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Sunday. Here we said till Saturday because we meant something else. But most of the time when you're talking about the days of the week, if you are not already doing it, make sure that you're using the preposition on. If you need to, I have a lesson especially on that at on and in, okay, related to days of the week and time. So you might want to watch that lesson. But in any case, most of the time, remember that you're saying it together with that preposition, right? So say it like that. On Tuesday, on Thursday, on Saturday, okay? And that way you'll get comfortable with it, okay? Now, what you can do, these were my sentences, but what you need to do, because there's no quiz, it's part of this lesson, but what you can do is quiz yourself. Pay attention. Pay attention to how you are using it this week. Keep your focus this week on the days of the week and how you're pronouncing them. Listen to yourself when you're calling someone, okay? And I'd like to make an appointment on Friday to see the doctor or to come and see you, all right? So whenever you apply it to your own life, it becomes more real and you'll master it. So pay attention to that, or right now, look at your schedule, okay, for the week and say some sentences or ask some questions. Oh, I'm playing tennis on Thursday. I'm going to a conference on Wednesday. Okay? Use it. Use it in your real life sentences, record yourself, and check your pronunciation and have the goal that by the end of this week, if not sooner, you will have mastered the correct pronunciation of these words if you have not already mastered it right now by the end of this lesson. Okay? So, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the bell so you'll know whenever I have a new lesson. Thanks very much for watching and all the best with your English. Bye for now.